My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Inside your self-righteous symphony, I would rather let this go than to bring it up again.
What's going on, all you beautiful nerds out there? Welcome back to the Burly Fishing Podcast. We're live. It's again Thursday. So that's right. You get to hang out with us two nerds. And we brought some pretty cool folks along for you guys to also hear from. I'm excited for this. And you guys saw us post this back on Instagram. Gosh, what was this, Paul? Like a month ago?
2, 3, 4 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah,
it feels like 10 years ago. So a long time ago, in the way back time, we posted some pretty cool pics of some plastics, and then we did an unboxing video as well. And what we shared were specifically some baits that benefited autism awareness that I was super stoked about. And we got these, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, from some guy named Burly Hype Man _ also other names that he's known by.
Well, I was gonna say you're definitely wrong because he changed his name already. But yeah,
he did already.
Like every week. If you, well, not yeah. I don't know if he does it on his spare time. Maybe it changes every Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know.
This is his full-time job, is what I'm convinced. His full-time job is just inventing and changing his username. So for today, he is the _ official Burly Hype Man, aka Slik Baits Rule. I love that. So yes, you guys, we were talking to Slik Baits Co. today. We've got Jonathan, we've got Ashley, and we've got their wonderful family and helpers behind them. Jonathan, Ashley, how you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I am stoked for today's show. And tell the folks at home what you were doing 5 seconds before you hopped on the live. I hear you were doing cool things.
Yeah, so I had a customer that called me and said, hey, I want to go striper fishing on Lake Texoma, which is about an hour and a half from here. And I told him how busy today was. I told him how busy we've been in the shop. That it was a horrible day to go, but I would be on the boat this morning with him, and we would go. And so we went out and came back with a five-man limit. Got some really nice striper that we brought in, and literally did like 90 to get back here in time for the show. I mean, like he was taking more baits with him and jig heads and everything to set him up for this weekend to go again by himself. Yeah. And he literally walked out the door as we were going live with y'all. So it has been a very fast-paced, crazy day. So, but I got some fishing in.
Hell yeah, man. So it's a great day.
So you beat me by a landslide. I did 0 fishing and just worked.
A bad day on the water is a good day, right? It doesn't matter.
100%.
Yeah.
You know?
Chaz, then go there. Just go there.
Yeah,
I love it. All right. So this is going to be an awesome show today, guys. We are excited to chat with these folks and talk about all the things that they got coming up. Jonathan was walking us around the shop a little bit before. And I think you guys, what was the color that you posted earlier? It was like the bright pink. It was either today or yesterday.
Yeah. So we've been on, again, the striper kick because down in here, so we're based west of Fort Worth. North Texas has come up all the striper lakes. It's called dead sticking. So it's literally like 5-inch flukes. A bait we call the Slik Nasty is very popular. And so what we literally do is we take all these bright, in my opinion, because I'm a bass guy at heart, but they're like hideous colors.
They're bright.
They're like the electric chicken. And so here's the color. Here's the Slik Nasty.
Yep, got that.
It's a fluke, and we call this one pink champagne. It's holographic pink glitter that really pops. And, you know, you got crazy looking colors like this too, right?
I love it.
So we take these bright colors and you literally like just sit there and wait till those fish just come by and slap it, right? So it's pretty neat how we do that. So that's the colors that y'all might have seen on like Instagram and social media. Because I've been just pumping out thousands of these things. The striper, the water has to hit 50 degrees, and that's when it's game on for dead sticking down here, and that's very, very popular tactic to go catch these stripers. So that's what I've been running, all this pink and green and crazy colors and pearls. There's a little bit of pearls and stuff, but you know, it's a totally different look from watermelon red and, you know, like your Okeechobee craw and your Alabama, you know, your watermelon colors, your green pumpkins. Yeah. But hey, it works, and it works amazingly. And we've really gotten very passionate about striper fishing here in the last 5 years. Us as a family, it's just so much more fun. Not that we've given up our bass tournaments yet. But
Well, I
Wow.
mean, catching the whale version of a bass
The whale bass.
sounds kind of awesome.
No, I love it. And we're going to get into a lot more with these folks here tonight, you guys. So thank you for joining us tonight. If you guys like the show, be sure to subscribe, smash the like, ring the notification bell. And what's the most important thing about every single one of these shows? You guys know it at this point. Just share the episode right now. Press that little share button down there. It's right. It's right
Jeff,
down there.
What would happen if
You
we were
press
to
it.
hit? What were to happen
Press
if we were
it.
to hit 100 people in a show? What would happen?
Yeah, I mean, if we were to, I don't know, hit 100 people in the show, then I think it's Paul's turn. We're going to put together a bag of stuff and we're going to send it to you. And it might include a Ned Rig Nerds sticker. In
Oh,
fact,
it
it will.
I got a stack of 50 sitting right here. So
Speaking of those things, you guys, guess what? On Monday, officially this time, on Monday, we're going to launch the Ned Rig Nerds stickers and shirts. So there will be a link posted on both Paul and I's social medias. And if you guys want to buy one, you can go there, click it, make the purchase. We're going to ship the stickers out ourselves. And then my buddy Matt from this company, Forever Fierce, who's been with me for a long, long time, super awesome dude. He's going to run an online store for us for the Ned Rig Nerd shirts. So if you want to pick one of those up, it'll ship straight to you. You ain't going to worry about nothing. And that company's going to take care of it for us. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see a lot of Ned Rig Nerd apparel and stickies out there. I think it'll be super awesome. Before we jump into the show today, I got Pima623. Welcome to the Snorlax crew. Weren't you there before, guy? Or were you on? I feel like you were here. Welcome back, maybe. We're happy to have you.
Welcome.
Pima's a fantastic dude. And speaking of fantastic dudes, we got Army Outdoors 88N. Dude, what's up? How you doing? 11-month anniversary, this guy on the Snorlax crew. Freaking die hard from the start, my guy.
Love it.
Says, so happy to have been following y'all for this long. It's Geen. It's been amazing. Amazing year, and glad I got to fish with Jeff. That was a blast, my friend. And then Paul, you're next. Yeah. Get them. Good luck. Get on them. Also, F7 Sandman, what's going on? Member 8 months. Charducers. That's Chaz, you guys. He is he's on the crew, this freaking guy. I love it. So welcome, guys. And if you guys want to know more about joining, we've got a members only live coming up on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. So join us Tuesday, February 15th, 8 p.m. Eastern for the members. So you got to be Charduce level or Snorlax crew level, and you're welcome to join in. Snorlaxers get to go on video with us and hang out and chat. We usually just bring them all on. Last time we had a Brady Bunch effect. So we had all of our friends around us. It was crazy. The most people we've had on video ever. It was fantastic. If you guys want to be a part of that, join up. And speaking of Gfon Kim, for 10 months in the Snorlax crew, what's up, man? Thank you so much. And he says, I'm a member longer than Chaz. Got him. Oh, and a super chat. Look at that. Official Burly hype man, aka Slick Baits rule, obviously. All my favorite people on the same show asked to see his big fish on the wall. Oh, is that the one behind you, or is there like a secret big fish somewhere there, Jonathan?
There's a couple of them actually back here.
I see some.
Yeah, so let's see. By the way, I want the first order of the Ned the stickies, as you called them.
Oh,
man,
done.
we gotta add it to my wall, dude.
Done.
Paul's writing
it
This
down.
got your name on it. This one's got your name on it.
Where do y'all want it? Y'all want it up here by the big 5-foot worm? You want it?
By the 5-foot worm makes the most sense.
Wherever it's going to be most prominent.
Yeah. So real quick, I've been fortunate enough to fish Lake Fork all of my life. So speaking of stripers, that one's from Possum Kingdom, but these two everybody loved to see. This is 1175 off of Lake Fork. That one's mine. And that one is even cooler, but I've got some of it covered up. It's all on like lily pads. And that one is a
Nice.
13.3 right there.
Wow.
So, yeah. So I keep these. This is my office, right? So I get to keep the cool stuff out here. But, yeah, so they kind of just chill out here with me while we're shooting baits. And then, here's, let's walk over. Here's Fred.
That's what I was looking forward to almost more than the bass, I'll be honest with you. The spread on that thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's a big mule deer out of the New Mexico, Texas border. And there's like 5 more sitting around here. But unfortunately, I have to tell y'all, this is my brother's. That's my brother's.
Oh,
13-3 is my brother, so I can't
Oh
claim.
no.
He likes to like leave these over here, so everybody asks about them for him.
no, but I
Yeah.
feel like if he's catching them on your baits, like, can he even really claim? I mean,
Yeah,
come
well,
on now.
I can't complain, right? So
That's
Exactly.
no, we have a we have some very fortunate times on the water. I mean, I've fished all my life, so you know it's like you get a chance of a lifetime fish. You've got to get a replica made. So, and those are replicas. We did not. We let every one of these fish go back. So,
Nice.
I'm actually gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to how you started fishing as soon as we get done with our question of the day, because we got to bring the fun, and we always try and keep it fun here. So,
But before we do,
go on.
but before we do, real quick, we got two things. Super chat from Justin Brosino. Jeff, are you going to buy Pokemon Legends Arceus? I don't even know how to say it. Is it Arceus? For the Switch? it's a not so open world Pokemon game. I'm gonna be honest, Justin. No, I don't. I'm only gonna play Pokemon Red, or what? Green? What's the other one? Blue. Red and Blue on Game Boy. I was a Pokemon Red guy. To be honest, I'm not playing any of these other Pokemon games. Never gonna happen. Get out of town. But that's cool that they're still making them. Neat. And then the other thing I was gonna say is that we've got another T-shirt in the works. Paul and I are behind the scenes arguing, literally fists of fury being thrown.
I have the artwork, the original artwork right now is on my little rack over here. I will say this: if it's gonna be this fast, I will show you guys what we're thinking on the members only live on the next one. So the one is 215. So if you want to be a member and you want to at least see what's going on behind the scenes,
preview of the art,
maybe get one of these shirts, because no one's gonna see these. The members are gonna get these for free, so they're gonna get first crack at these. So if you want to see the artwork, February 15th.
I'll give you a hint. There's a Fast and Furious line in it. you guys pieced it together. It's a Fast and Furious line, but fishing related.
That's all you're getting.
That's all you get. That's all you get. Let's go.
All right. So Q with the D. This is what I love right here. All right. This
for everyone, Jonathan and Ashley.
Jonathan, Ashley, you guys both get to answer this one too. So, do you guys remember the arcade? That's probably not even a thing anymore. I don't even know if it is. I haven't gotten it going forever. Yeah. It's got to exist somewhere. So in the arcade, the OG arcade, what was the best game? Like the one that you were bringing your own dollar bills and put them in that stupid machine that spit out quarters to go play. And it could be the claw machine. It could be, I don't remember what that game was, but it was the one with the sniper rifle where you like stepped into a booth and you were a sniper. That was one of my favorites of all time. Or it could be like traditional arcade. Anything that was in the arcade.
Silent Scope.
That's what it was. Oh,
I feel like it was Silent Scope.
So good. Yeah.
I got you. All right. So what was the game?
I'm a claw machine master.
Really?
I love it.
Dude, yeah. So is Lucas.
So many stuffies for claw machines. Still.
She is like I mean, like it's a science, and it's like every time.
It's like a surgeon. The blue one.
Yeah.
I want the viral video where you do a no look and you're just like
hey, that's a great TikTok idea right there. Right?
Exactly.
No, that is the TikTok idea.
Give me the no look claw machine.
And I love it because I'll tell you how many things I've gotten out of the claw machine. Negative $16. That's what I've gotten out of the claw machine in my tenure.
I look in it and then I go buy this thing.
She's like landed gold watches and stuff. I think the Rolexes.
Oh yeah, because there's like super fancy ones at some places. Yeah.
Unreal.
Shoot.
I love it. That's fantastic. I forgot about those ones. They're always in like the city. Like when you go to like Chicago or New York or whatever, they always have like, you can go get an iPhone 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only place.
Hey, you went to Chinatown.
We were coming back from the coast from doing a red snapper trip, and we stopped in like some podunk gas station that you're just kind of like, yeah, this is sketch. And we walked in, and they had a claw machine sitting over in the back, and I was like, wow, what is this? And of course, guess who wants to play it, right? And goes back and wins like 3 things in a row. I was like, man, you broke them for a month. I can't believe I just won all that crap in the back. You know, that's so funny. But so for me, I was always like the big game hunter, you know, like where you get to, so y'all reminded me of that. But if you want to go back, like, you know, asteroids and like Pac-Man, you know, like, so if you go back to that way nostalgic feeling, then that's cool. But like let's talk about what about right now though. Let's go with like Dave and Buster's. What's your favorite one right now?
Oh,
I know y'all got to go to that.
I have not been to a Dave and Buster's. I actually tried to go to a Dave and Buster's, but it was like COVID was like a problem, and I was like, oh, like let's just go. I go there. This Dave and Buster's was to the gills. There was a line out the door, and I was like, what are people doing?
Never mind.
No, I literally like, we went and played pool. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna pay like $80 to go play games that I used to be able to play for free and have to wait in line. But I actually tried. I tried. I wanted to go because I feel like the games that I would like now are actually all the crap games that were like skill games. Like, do you know that one where it was like a 4-sided cube and there's like a bubble on top, like a half bubble.
Yeah, those are everywhere.
And there's a light that spins around, and you like try and time it and see how close you can
All
get.
about timing games.
That game, I would just be like, here's $40. Everyone else go away, and I would be like, I would do that for all day.
Dude,
yeah, I like the stacker one where you try to stack the blocks while it's moving.
Absolutely,
100%.
100%.
Yeah. So, funny story on that. Emma, my eldest, is a freaking phenom at that game. It's like the timing down. I'll just take her places, and she's just like, win. I'm like, okay, like you're as the dad, you're like, oh, I'll help you get some tickets. I can figure it out. And she's just like, boom, 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 boom. I don't need you. And I was like, oh my god.
Can we be real though? I would definitely start a fist fight over skee ball, and if there's drinking involved. Like I would.
I mean, yeah, if there is drinking involved, that's fair. So I would say for and I think it was Rob Harrison mentioned this, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the arcade one, which you eventually could get on like Super Nintendo. It was Turtles in Time. It's TMNT 4, Turtles in Time, hands down, probably the only arcade game I played as a kid. Like
Mortal Kombat?
Nah, I never went and did it because I'd have like friends with Sega Genesis or something. I'd be like, oh, I can play this for free as much as I want.
Pounding the actual arcade,
for sure.
It gives like 50 fun power.
I just spent all my money on TMNT. I was like, get me out of here. I'm playing this game for sure all the time. And I would say the new one, since you brought up Dave & Buster's, I went there probably about 4 years ago for like an outing for my gym I owned at the time. And I played Guitar Hero 2. Like, a lot. Yeah, I would.
A lot.
And
he said I didn't leave that. I just stand there.
Yeah, well, you like buy all your credits, and I was like, I don't want to play any of these games. I'm gonna play only this one. And I just like, people were lining up behind me. I was like, get out of here! I got more coins.
You're like that DDR nerd, but with the guitar. Yeah. I say Silent Scope still. It's just like I have like memories.
It's pretty legit. The big gun shooting games are usually
dude, it was cool. And you got to sit in a chair if you want to that game. All right.
Or you play like Time Crisis or whatever, like the major shooting games would be, and you'd have like a machine gun. And you're like, yeah, those are fun. There's like Jurassic Park now. Crazy stuff.
But it's like, okay, I'm not even going to get into that. All right, we've gone too far down the rabbit hole. We're going to go ahead and
that's what we do,
and we're going to jump into the fishing rabbit hole. So this is where we're getting to fishing stuff. So you talked a little bit about like the legacy of fishing within your family, within yourself. So how did you? But both of you guys can answer for sure. But how did you guys get into fishing, and tell me how it became like the capital T, the thing?
Okay, so we eat, sleep, and breathe fishing. I probably have stemmed a lot of that for our family now. It's kind of like you always have some kind of mentor or somebody that brings it into your life. It could be your dad, it could be your uncle, it could be your grandfather, whatever, right? And so I was hit with it 5 different ways growing up. I've got outside of this shop is a 1984 Bassmasters Classic, a Ranger Bassmasters Classic. It's a 373V. I talk about it like it's my old Corvette. It's actually like my dad's old Corvette. He ordered it brand new here in Fort Worth. And so if that kind of gives you an idea, I'm like, baby pictures with mom and its maiden voyage to Navarro Mills to go crappie fishing. I've got pictures of me in like overalls, nothing but overalls and a diaper on, and like I'm holding up the sand bass and stuff. And so it was instilled to me by my father, my mother, my grandparents, both. Like even my grandmother, they loved to crappie fish. My grandparents did, and so like I even remember as a kid, she would take balls of cotton and dip it in camphophenique. Y'all know what camphophenique is, right?
Yep.
Dip it in there and like catch crappie while minnows and live bait weren't working. Craziest stuff. I know y'all don't believe me, but that's what she would do back then, you know. And so we had a cab over.
We got a lot of Polish in the family, so I believe anything that you say.
There you go. So, you know, you hear all those old fish tales, but yeah. So Dad had a cab over camper and an F-250 camper tow special that matched the Ranger bass boat. It's cinnamon and brown. It matches. I've still got the pictures for it. It was beautiful then, beautiful now, you know, kind of thing. So that's how I grew up. I was literally on Lake Fork, Eagle Mountain, all the local lakes here in Fort Worth, like every weekend. If we weren't doing that, then Dad might be watching a football game maybe or something. But every weekend, that's what we did. And so I grew up with it since day one. I mean, like it was running through my veins from day one. And I think that's one reason Slik is where it's at. You know what I mean? Because I know what y'all want. I know what I want, what works, what doesn't. And so that's kind of where I started this, I guess, in a way. It's always been with me. So Ashley, her dad was like...
Some of my earliest memories are also fishing. I remember I was probably about 3 or 4, and my dad would catfish, and we had a catfish in the picture as big as me. So we also fished a tournament, or not a tournament, just like a little family, I don't know what it was, like a
derby
work company party thing. Yeah. And my dad took the trophy for most fish, and I took the trophy for most fish for kids. So like perch, and I was like 7. I don't know.
Still counts. Don't act like it doesn't count.
Smack him.
Well, I know, but like
don't
I still have those trophies. By the way,
don't let this woman BS y'all. She is a stick on the water, and has a whole women's striper team that she does up on Texoma with playinthookie.com. And the last 2 years in a row, it's been second place by like fraction.
First year we didn't play.
Anyway, this last year they like a quarter of an inch from taking first place, and she's all like humble about it. But I'm talking like 30-something inch stripers they're dragging in, and this girl can fish, y'all. I mean, she goes. So
that's awesome.
It's awesome. It's awesome. We love it.
I'll tell you how many 30-inch stripers I've caught. Same as the amount of
this many
and 12-inch. 0.0.
Yep.
Well, hey,
possibly negative. I don't know.
I'm down here in like May, June, even right. I mean, today we had one fish over 30 inches, and needless to say, I talk to him weekly, every couple of days, and he's actually, I talk to him a lot, and but the reason being is because he's just good people, you know, and he is a fishing guru, so. He's like a book. I mean, he's slept and forgot more than he's probably told him. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Y'all get a chance. You have to come down and do that, and then we'll take you out to Lake Fork. Or what about this hottest lake in the country right now, OH Ivy? What's up with that?
I know that. I was about to say, it seems like some folks with big names are finding some big old fish out in your guys' neck of the woods. Like it seems like
it's crazy.
A couple of months, there's a new lake with a new record.
Well, y'all, hey, anytime you want to head south and get warmed up, come on.
I'm ready to set a record.
Yeah, I mean, we're even holding our first tournament. We're calling it Slick-a-palooza. And I don't know. I just came up with this. I came up with it. It just like fishing bait names. I come up with color names and just name some off the wall. But, so Slik-a-palooza is on Lake Fork, March 19th. And we're going to have a crawfish boil, a live Texas country band. We're going to have a meet and greet and a tournament where it's a battle of the belt, like one of those UFC style belts. I'm getting some of those made for first place, second, anyway, so I won't plug too much of that in, but yeah, it's going to be like.
I would plug all of that in.
It's going to be so much fun.
Shameless plugs now.
That was just totally, I just wanted to say it's going to be so much fun because that's what, we have people flying in from all over the country to come and do this. It started because of our customers.
Mm-hmm. And you made a UFC belt that you can win. So.
Yeah, and you leveled it up. Maximal HP. I'm on board.
Have fun too, guys. You know,
Dude, I friggin' love it. That's amazing.
Who doesn't? Am I right?
Listen, cash, crawfish, and a UFC belt. What else can you ask for in a fishing tournament?
Literally
I don't need
nothing more.
the cash is not needed. I'm willing to forfeit cash to go do all that. That's freaking sweet. I love it.
helps,
That's like
you know?
10 times cooler than anything I've put together. It's amazing. So you talked a little bit about stripers,
I haven't even done it yet.
which are technically bass. You've talked about bass fishing. You talked a little bit about crappie fishing. So are you guys is it like bass all the time, like bass / stripers, or do we go in other directions?
Saltwater is our other passion. She's a beach girl. She loves the beach. Every family vacation that I can think of is the coast or Florida. It seems like we never go skiing. We never go, like up north in a sense, right? But I'm just saying, like, when you think of a family vacation, you go do some of those other things.
Sure.
Oh no, it's always fishing. We did go up to Wisconsin to Lake Geneva and walleye fished for New Year's one year,
Nice.
and we drug our boat like 1,100 miles all the way up there, and I threw my back out, and I spent 1 hour on water before I could take it. And then the night we went to bed, and it started snowing when we got off the water. The Wisconsin game warden had to pay me a nice little visit and check us all out. And I'm like, dude, we just want to go. And it's snowing and it's getting really cold. And the next thing I know, I wake up in the morning and all the lakes had frozen overnight. Like it was like that.
No.
We couldn't go back out. Really, so.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
welcome,
so we
welcome
always
experiences.
You're talking
Yeah,
to two
it's all
Michigan
about
boys.
that.
We know all about that, my guy.
But no, saltwater is our other huge thing. We love the salt. We've even kind of talked about moving to Florida or the coast or something, But yeah, but primarily striper and bass. I mean, so the kids, my oldest son, my oldest daughter, and my middle son, they all fish high school and Bassmaster juniors. So.
Nice.
I'm still doing the bass tournaments. We fish a couples tournaments here and there when we can, when we have a babysitter. And yeah, I mean what we do mostly is bass fishing. I would say that's the majority still. Till we get a center console. We want a center console. Really bad.
Gotcha.
Because then I can go both. I can go do anything out of one of those. So.
Yep.
Dude, I love it. And there's not. I mean, I'm not looking for an answer because I mean, Jeff, we do a lot of ultralight fishing, which lends itself to like pan fishing, especially in the river. But we're targeting bass like 99.9% of the time. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I like to also say that we love fishing so much we don't care what it is as long as there's something on the end of the line, right? Or it's just it's the simple fact of getting on the water. I mean, I find pleasure out of just being outside, indoor. I'm an outside person, so it doesn't matter if we're at a little creek or a big lake or looking at the blue ocean. It doesn't matter as long as I'm out on the water. That's my zen. You just kind of that's where I want to be.
Yep.
So
I heard that.
100% agree.
So is Slik Bait Co. Is Slik Bait Co. the day job? Like, is that what you guys do? Is that how we're putting the food on the table at this point?
We're 110% fully invested in this. It is our full-time gig, and it has been since the beginning of the year, almost a little bit after. Last year. I'm sorry.
I got you.
Okay. Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
It's a long, hard journey.
24 hours ago.
Man, check out this hat I just had made and these shirts. Yeah. I made that banner last night.
Yeah.
This is just taped up. It's not even printed.
Yeah. Man,
you think we can afford the printing? We're not doing that yet.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I love it. No, that's. I mean,
No,
I'm extremely impressed because it's not. One, it's a hard commitment to make, especially when you got family already. It's one thing you're doing it by yourself, and you're like, I could eat, I could eat takeout pizzas for the rest of my life. It's not a problem. When it's just you, totally different when you got the whole family. And then it's another thing to be doing it for 25 months, right? And trying to say like, not only am I invested, but like we're doing it. Like we're gonna like it's already happening. Like we're doing it right now. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really hard to jump off that deep end, but we love what we do, and we love this business. We love this industry. I think that the fishing community is amazing. But to top it all off, the number one reason we were able to jump off and do this is because of our customers out there. And we are 150,000% all about trying to do the best job that we can day in and day out to make everybody happy, to provide quality products. One reason I really got into this is I was tired of buying the, let's just say, X brand, name brand baits. As a fisherman, spending my hard-earned money, $6 bag, whatever it is, you go to Academy, you go to your retail, you spend all your money, you grab all these products, and you went out and tore up a pack of baits in like an hour or two, and then, oh man, I needed 3 packs. So then you're in so many packs a day just to get through a day of fishing. And so one thing that I promised myself that I would do getting into this is have colors that worked, but also the biggest thing, I guess, the reason is like having a product that was going to be durable and having a plastic that would last a little bit longer. And so I've tweaked and keyed in on what I knew and what I saw would work, and a little bit of R&D and things like that. And so I think, with all of that together, that's some of our keys to our success in it. But that's you've got to have something different. This is a very competitive business. And there's a lot of
man, dude. It's a hard business because
you're stacked with competition. Let's first of all,
you're stacked with competition. But I think one of the hardest things is like you look at the retail market. I mean, if it weren't for the internet, none of us would be able to do what we do, right? I mean, you wouldn't be able to operate. So you get to be your own retailer, but then you also have to be your own marketer and blah 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 blah. I mean, there's a lot more work that goes into it, but you can do it. But it's tough when you're competing against Bass Pro Shops and they can go buy 2 containers.
It's like you versus Walmart.
They'll go ahead and bring in a dozen of those. Yeah, we'll just stickworm.
We'll buy enough. Give us a mad discount. We're just going to win on just pure quantity. But I just want to shout you guys out because I want everybody to know here in chat like how hard it is to strike out on your own and just chase after something that you're actually passionate about. That isn't a guarantee. I mean, the new American dream is like totally different from the past American dream. And I know everybody in here had like a parent that was like, don't do that, get like a steady job. And yeah, exactly. Like do the thing, right? And I think that's great for some people, but I also feel like, if you've got a passion and something that you want to share with the world, like you should do that if you can find a way to do it. But it is a challenge. It definitely is. And I feel you guys wholeheartedly because I've done it 3 times now. Like literally just get steady job, quit steady job, do thing by yourself, quit that thing, then get steady job. And I'm like on iteration 3 of that right now. I just like quit a job the other day, but hey, here we are. But here's what I want to ask you guys about, because speaking of fashion, the bait that drew us into you guys in the first place was like this bait right here with all them puzzle pieces in there. So my question to you, there it is. My question to you is like, where did that come from? Like, how did you end up doing something for autism? And I know you guys, I do want you to shamelessly plug this as well. You do your auctions. You're doing one tomorrow, right? Like a Friday auction. Normally it's Thursday, right? And we ruined that today. So sorry, folks.
No. So no, y'all are fine. So we do it typically on a Friday night.
Oh, okay, cool.
To open everybody's weekends up, everybody's letting loose.
Yeah.
So we like to have a great time on a Friday night and do that. That actually, to step back just a second, that actually got started on accident. This is one of our swim baits, and it just happens to be one of the autism. We call this the puzzle pieces. Yep. And so my brother and I were in the shop, and I went live on social media. And we're making some of these in what we call a color called gizzard shad, and it had eyes, and it's got a little shad dot, and it's one of our most detailed baits. Takes a lot of time, and so we're like, over here, back here working, and got a few of these together, and we're showing them off to the camera just like this, and everybody's like, how do I buy those? I was like, well, I don't have this one on a website. You can send me a message. And my marketing and my sales and all that kicked in all of a sudden. And I went, hold on a minute, you know better. We live in a instant gratification world, and there's impulse buys and things like that. So I said, you know what? Let's do 18 of these on the camera right now. Let's just put 18 of these together, and we're going to do an auction. I don't know why, but it popped into my head. I'm going to do an auction on these 18 baits, and they sold, and they did well, and we did a couple of them, and I said, well, man, that was so much fun. Why don't we come back next Friday? And literally the next Friday, we had such an awesome response from it. We sold almost everything in the shop.
Wow.
I mean, it's like floored. And I was like, we didn't have much. You know, we were kind of like getting into, we didn't have all this stuff in stock and all that, you know, but I'm talking about like product that was ready to go is what we sold. Anyway, so that's how this all got started. And so I have been in contact with one of the Cast for Kids directors down here in North Texas. And you notice their little banners kind of sideways here. But so Cast for Kids, this is who we really get down with. And I have 5 beautiful children. I'm blessed. They're all their own people. They are healthy children. They couldn't ask for a better, you know, scenario, I guess you could say. But I know a lot of friends, and I know a lot of family, and people that have autistic children, people that have special needs. Breaks my heart when I hear somebody talk about a kid, you know, or their child that came out with leukemia, or, you know, just something, right? These life-altering things. And I personally am like a big teddy bear. I'm like, just, I get upset easy about talking about the kids. And just to be able to help that is just kind of special to me. And this last couple of years, sorry, see, I'm already kind of like getting a little choked up. But,
yeah.
I've become really good friends with a man. His name's Landon. And I kept telling him, I said, man, I want to come help with one of your events. And I just felt compelled to do that. I have a bass boat, right? I get to go fishing all the time. I get to do all these cool things. And I found out about Cast for Kids, and it struck me as like, hey, what is this about? And this is something they sent us this a couple of months ago, but they take, let me get this as close as I can. They take kids out with special needs. Doesn't matter what's going on. They could be in a wheelchair. They could be autistic. They could be, you know, could have some serious health issues, whatever the case might be. And they take these kids out typically one day out of the year. And just as a father, as an angler, whatever, I felt like, hey, this is something I want to go help with. And so I told him, hey, if you ever need anything, let me know. Well, with the conception and everything going on with Slik, I told him, I said, well, I want to make baits for you guys and give them out to all these kids. I want to make sure they have baits to fish with at your tournament day, which he did this last year, September 11th, 9/11, right? And so that we did a couple of rods. We donated those to other boat captains because you can, you know, say, hey, I want to be a boat captain and take a kid out for the day. Which, please, if you are a boat owner, go look this organization up. They're all over the country. It's a 30-year organization. Go donate one day. It's just one day. Just go do it, and go see the smiles on these kids' faces and give them an opportunity that they might not ever have. And you'll know how I feel like inside on that day. So anyway, it's very, very cool thing that they do. And so I'm talking to Landon, and he said, well, I want to get red, white, and blue rod wrapped custom rods because we also do custom rods. And he's like, I want to do this and that. And I said, well, you know what? I said, well, I want to do something special for y'all this year. I said, I want to come up with 3 baits. So we have a color we call First Responder. And I wished I had some of it, but we're sold out, I guess, whatever. So it's got big red flake, big, huge blue flake, and small in between, and it's a black bait. So it's black and red and black, blue, right? So it's your First Responder color. So I had that one. I did that for 9/11.
Is it possibly this one? It's like,
So
oh, my lighting is off.
so see, this is
Yeah.
the cat for kids. This is one of the colors
Yep.
that I ran, and I think that's what you're showing. So it's a lot of people call it Superman.
Yeah.
So it's like a dark blue with red flake, and then it's
Maybe that one.
Yeah, you might have it. That might be first responder.
Yeah,
So,
I think I have some. So Burly Hype Man sent us these, but yeah, I had a bunch of the Cats for Kids, Autism ones, and I think the first responders. Yeah.
yeah, so I came up with first responders on our website, but the Cats for Kids, that matches their banner. As you know, I kind of showed the hat off, right? So I just wanted to do something, contribute towards their banner, but I thought about it and I had this idea, and I'm not going to say I'm the first one to do it. I'm not the only one to ever do it, but I have seen somebody somewhere along the way. But it kind of gave me an idea, and I just thought, well, the blue, right, for autism, and then I was able to come up with the puzzle pieces, and if I can get that close enough, you can kind of see them in there, right? Okay, so the crawls really show it the best, but I managed to figure a way out to find. This was not an easy feat to get the puzzle pieces in here because it's so big.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I could not believe it when I saw it.
Yeah, so it took a whole lot of flake to do this, or puzzle piece glitter. I've actually found another one that's silver holographic that we did another run on. So it's all just like, holographic silver puzzle pieces. But I didn't realize what I had done, and that what I had done was made such an impact on so many people. It's like everybody that comes across this has a connection to this bait or this color or whatever you want to call it in some sort of fashion. So they either have a family member, they have a child, they have somebody they know that they were close to, whatever, that this bait has connected them to. And it's been really popular. And what this led to was the night before the tournament happened to be our auction night because it was on Friday. The tournament was the next morning. And so I got online to do our live auction, and it was the first time we'd ever done a donation tray, I think, right? Yeah, so typically what we do on our auctions is we put like 6 to 8 packs of baits together, and at the end of the night we'll do like this huge tray of baits, and it's just fun. It's just something we started for fun, and it works. That people just have really keyed into. Well, I did these baits, and I was showing them off, and we did a donation tray that we put so much percentage back to Cats for Kids directly. Little did I know that tray would bring the greatness out of our viewers and our customers that are amazing anyway already, right? This ended up going, that one night, we raised $1,125 for them in less than an hour of just showing off that first tray. I think the tray went for like 500, or I don't know. And people just said, hey, I want to pitch in 100 here, pitch in 50 here, whatever they could do, they did. And I walked into that tournament the next morning, and I actually there's one video on the Slik Baco YouTube, and it's the morning I left the shop, and I'm driving out of our property down a gravel road, and it opens up, and I did a highlight reel basically for the entire day. And I was able to go to their little award ceremony and everything, and we ended up presenting them. They had no idea we had done it. I didn't even know. We were actually trying to find one of those like gigantic checks, like we tried to do that on a Saturday morning and before like noon. Yeah. But we couldn't find one of those big fake checks. I really wanted to do that. I'm doing it this year. I'm doing it this year.
Yeah. Love it.
And so I just had to announce that, hey, we have all this money that our customers raised last night. And so that turned into, let's make it better. You're always trying to up your game. You're always trying to step up. You're trying to do something. And so needless to say, every single Friday since, we have done a donation tray for Cats for Kids. I have customers that will win the donation tray, and they will say, you know what, run it again. And we had one little tray of baits, 6 packs of baits, a ball cap that has been reran about 7 times now, I would say. It's earned over $1,500.
Holy crap!
At least, no, it's more than that. No, it's probably more than that now. I take it back.
At like 5,000 for what, a quarter of the year?
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
so
quarter of the
I
year?
had a goal of $10,000 for this next year that I thought was reachable. And I think that people have come together and they have just. I think we're going to blow that out of the water. So we're going to be at the next lake. It's on Lake Weatherford, west of Fort Worth. So if anybody local listening, come sign up for that. Come see us. We'll be there 100% of the time, helping Landon out any way we can. But I'm going to have that big fake check for him this year, and I can't wait. To present him with that final tally that we're going to have. It's in September again. So since then, there has been 1 or 2 weeks. We stopped one night. We raised like $2,200 in one night. We had a $1,000 donation for the victims with the Kentucky tornadoes that happened a few weeks back. So we raised $2,200, gave that to one of our local boat dealers, and they sent a whole trailer load of stuff up with our contributions and everybody else's from the Metroplex. And so we were a little bit of a part of that. That was really awesome. And I mean, we've helped several people for many reasons, and that's just what we do. I mean, I just want to treat people how I'd expect to be treated, So, but the Cast for Kids thing, the autism baits have been very special. It's really like brought out a lot of good in people that I never would have thought a fishing bait would have done, other than, hey man, I caught my PB. I mean, that's one thing. But, to see what that represents has been totally, it's been amazing. It's been really cool. So, but yeah,
it's fantastic, man. And we really appreciate you sharing that on the show. And if you don't know, like, we are also big behind the cause as well. So we've worked specifically, like, organization wise with Autism Anglers, who's based out of Florida, who, you guys, in a couple weeks, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to go visit Big Don, and he's got an equivalent beard, I would say. What do you think, Paul? It's kind of like,
I don't know, man.
These
Don...
freaking big, awesome teddy bear men who are supporting the cause with massive beards. But yeah, we've been working with Don for a while, and he's a super great guy. Makes custom rods, also is making custom baits and stuff, and yeah, just solid dude. And the Burly crew raised $3,000 Christmas Eve. It was December 23rd we did ours. Yep. And it was shortly thereafter, within that time frame, that we found out about you guys and heard about your auction. So that's super awesome to hear. You guys are doing amazing. You have raised a ton for all sorts of causes, which is fantastic to hear. We love that. And we'd love to support you in any way that we can, which is obviously why we wanted you on the show, so we could talk about this. Because this crew right here, these guys over here in chat, to this window that I'm looking off to my left right now, they're pretty fantastic people, and I know that they would support that. So you guys go check out the Friday auctions with Slik Bait Co. for sure. Support however you can. Cast for Kids is a fantastic organization. So that's awesome, man. And I wanted to make sure we got to that on the show. I snuck that in. Sometimes I pull Paul off topic and he gets really mad. He's probably having an aneurysm right now, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that for sure, because I'd rather talk about this stuff.
Cool.
I literally, so Paul writes all our show notes, and then like I don't read them, and then I go on the show, and then I just like figure it out as we go. That's my role. I'm a saboteur. Paul loves me though. That's why he's taking me to Canada, where he's guaranteed to be detained. Because if you cross the border with me, dude.
Apparently Jeff is cursed, but like I'm not cursed, so we'll see if it evens out.
Nope. I promise you guys, we're gonna come back with a story, and it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, this is the story. Nothing happened. Come on, man. Positive vibes, dude. I gotta keep my reputation clean, man.
Reputation.
So, in addition to that, I will say, so, we have the official Burly Hype Man was kind enough to hook us up with what is honestly the most extensive library of baits that we have yet to have been sent before. Which
the raw unboxing footage was an hour and a half long. Yeah. I'll let you guys know. As we were going through that baits, I think we said, "Oh my god," probably 150 times.
You know what? That's gonna be my TikTok. I'm gonna make you guys a TikTok of my amount of
go through the B-roll,
because it is priceless. But I want to.
The bait that was light activated was the one. Like
That was the one
those, yeah.
I could.
We're
So
like,
that's what.
wait, what?
That's actually where I was
melon.
getting at. That's where I was getting at. So you talked about like the R&D. You talked about, and I've heard multiple people say about the puzzle piece bait, like that would be impossible. That would be a real challenge. Like I'd have to go get some custom equipment. Blah 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 blah. Right. And a lot of people aren't set up the way you are, right? So they have like their way of making their baits, and that's why it won't work, whatever. But we saw, you obviously found a way to make it happen. When I got a hold of these, I'm gonna call them like luminescent. That is how I thought of them, like luminescent baits. Like these things, when any amount of light hits these things, they look like they're absolutely on fire. And you should, if you haven't seen the video that we made, go watch the video, and you can see the shock.
It doesn't even do it justice.
I can't do it justice.
You really can't show it on video is the awful part about it. But like
he's like, I can do it. But seriously, guys, like this what was like. We saw a bunch of baits that we thought were amazing. We saw baits that we hadn't seen before. We saw some like mold patterns that we hadn't seen before, and then like we stumbled into these like luminescent looking baits. And honestly, Jeff and I were like, we have to get these guys on the show immediately, because it was my brain was leaking out of my ears. I mean, like legitimately, we're like fighting. I did say that. We're like fighting over who gets to keep the glow packs, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all ready for this real quick?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
No
one else on the show is ready. If you're listening to the show, I feel so bad for you right now. Like, I feel so bad if you're listening to this as a podcast Friday at 8 p.m.
So here's my online trick. It's called
I love
a ring
it.
light.
Here we go.
Yep.
All right. So here's how I show it off.
It's like a green pumpkin-y brown. Like I'm seeing like a pumpkin green color.
With a hint of purple.
So it does look orange some days in the light.
Mm-hmm.
But watch what this ring light does to it.
It works so well. Why didn't we do this? I tried to do this with my phone light.
Insane. So
do you guys see this?
For everyone that's listening, he's just took a small ring light, a 4-inch ring light, and put it behind the bait. And this thing is glowing purple. And I'm not talking like, oh, look, it's purple. No. This thing is literally glowing.
Purple.
It's fuchsia.
It's obnoxious purple. I love it so much.
It is. Yeah, so we originally tried to call this bait chameleon. So the funny story behind the name chameleon, I had like 6 or 7, 5, I'll say at least 5 people text me after the reveal of this on social media. Hey, I need that chameleon color, and it was spelled 5 different ways. And I thought, you know what? Let's just call it Cha-melon.
That's so good.
So this is where it deemed the name Chamelon, and actually we've taken it, and I've ran this color with watermelon candy underneath, so we call it Cha-candy. We've ran it with chartreuse on the belly and called it Chartreuse. And so you can imagine a purple glow on top over the chartreuse. I wish
Hold on.
We didn't get those.
Bro, okay, I haven't ordered a place, because I don't know if you noticed the color scheme on the sticker. It's
That's
not
our
showing
jam,
as well
bro.
as it should, but the purple chartreuse is like, I mean, if we were gonna have a flag, which we need, those would be
purple
the
and
only
chartreuse.
those would only be the only colors in attendance.
Is that what you're talking about?
Chartreuse.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
I have my board. I have my board with all the follow-ups that I'm the only one that takes, and
I'm gonna need them.
Yep.
Make it happen.
Chartreuse.
Dang,
Gosh dang.
cool, man.
Yeah, because we got the Cha-candy and the Chamelons, which are fantastic. We love those. But yeah, the whole B-roll of that unboxing, which like I said was an hour and a half plus, was straight up just us looking at this bait through the light and going like, what? It was absurd. Oh
so
man.
I don't want you to give any trade secrets, but I don't want that happening.
Tell us
But,
everything.
Like, how did that accident? Like, what radioactive spider paint
how
dropped into your bait, like mold or whatever? How did that happen?
You got the rainwater from Chernobyl and you used it to cool your plastic. I got it.
I wish I had thought of some cool story. I'm normally really good at this on the spot. Yeah, so I was going for a color changing color. This one happened to work this way. I'm working on a new one. I've been working on it for a while. I say I'm working on a new one. You know how that is, right?
Oh yeah, I got like 38 videos I'm working on. They're all written right here, and I have to erase one a month to make room for the next one.
No, that one's dead.
Yeah, I achieved this effect and I dialed it in where I liked it and thought, okay, purple is a predominant color in fishing. Salt water, freshwater, it doesn't matter.
Morning dawn.
Morning dawn.
Yeah. So I was going for a purple, but I also know like your Carolina pumpkin, your brown pumpkins, whatever.
Yep.
Those are a staple color as well. So, so I came out with a brown bait that turns purple, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. But so the one I'm working on right now, we're gonna call it the pumpkin. No, is that it? No. Yeah, we got like one I read green pumpkin on the belly. Is that chartreuse? Yeah, it's a little bit different, but here's chartreuse.
Oh man,
talk to me. Talk to me.
I will, dude. I'm gonna catch so many smallmouth on that bait. It's gonna be a joke.
This one's hard to see. It's not showing.
I'm getting all kinds of subtle. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. It's a little
I'm
more
gonna need
subtle.
that,
dude. If you could run that in the 2.75 inch version, I can promise you, baby. I promise you that you can have a. You ever seen that TikTok where they just take the credit card? They don't say anything, just go.
Take my
money.
Like, do you just want me to direct wire transfer? What do you need?
That's gonna catch all the smallmouth that ever existed on the Grand River. Like that literally could catch them all.
I'll take that. But yeah, one of them I'm working on right now actually looks like a brown green pumpkin. So that's what I'm trying, because you ask any bass fisherman that's been at it for a while, what are they going to tell you works the best? Scientifically, I think I better say this. I think it's scientifically proven that your chances of a 10-pound bass is like 3 states, and it's like 33 percentage wise, and it's California, Texas, and Florida, right? Mm-hmm. So there's like some kind of scientific statistic that I've seen somewhere about what is the bait that's going to catch that fish, and it's like a curly tail worm and green pumpkin.
Been telling all my god dang friends for so freaking long.
Ex-friends.
People make fun of me.
Let me show you all this.
People make fun of me. Like, I am ridiculed on a weekly basis for my love of curly tails.
And grubs mostly.
And grubs. And I now refuse to accept. I won't accept that any longer.
I will not accept your anger towards green pumpkin.
I will say this much. Since I'm out here in the shop tonight doing this live, so this is how we buy like most of our stuff in quarts, right? Most of my colors I still pick them up in quarts at one day will be even more, but look,
there it is.
Green pumpkin and watermelon. Okay, guys, that's how much we use this stuff, right?
Yeah. So it's a go-to.
It is, and so what better color to try to come up with that would change from green pumpkin to purple?
Dude, I love it. That's awesome.
Fantastic.
And I'll say, I mean, it's just like, and I encourage people to just go buy one just to experience,
just to see it.
Just hold it up, man. It is unreal. It's just so cool. It's cool. It's the coolest thing. It might
really
be the cool. It's like it's in the upper echelon of like cool stuff that I've discovered since we've done this. I'm serious. Like, it's like way up there. It's so freaking cool. Now,
when you guys get the B-roll that Paul's inevitably gonna post, it's gonna be like this. He's gonna be like, "Huh? Oh,
no," and then I'm just gonna swap it.
It's almost like it's like one of those, like when you put a baseball card in the spokes of your bicycle. It'd be like,
That's exactly right, dude. You know what? I have a love for Snapchat and TikTok. I can't help myself. I just like making dumb videos, like from when I was in high school.
And I hate it.
I don't even know. I love it. But I want to say, so the Luminescent was one thing. There's a couple of things I want to talk about, but I have to ask, because I was asked to ask, Tell me, what is a Thumper Box? I was told to ask about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what I just said, but tell me what I just said.
Okay, so we work with
And
another.
am I in trouble?
No. So we work with a individual. There's another thing that has been become very popular here in North Texas. Was again, here we go, the striper fishermen. Okay, hybrids, white bass, wiper. I think the wipers. Yeah. Anyway, we don't really have wipers down here. It's more a little north, but so it's an old tactic that has been like go back grandpa, great grandpa kind of idea. And you know how we were probably always told like don't talk in the boat, like be quiet. Your dad always was like,
"You're spooking the fish."
Yeah, you're spooking the fish. They're gonna hear you.
It's mostly I just don't want to hear you.
So when you talk about a thumper, blow that all up. Just wipe that out of existence in your mind. Some guys, striper, all the hybrids, whatever, they would actually take like a boat paddle and hit the bottom of the boat and just like make it go thump, thump, thump. And or I've seen guys use boat paddles. I've seen guys use rod butts, like just take the rods and just strike the boat. And so that sound mimics from what I gather, I'm not some fish biologist by any means, but from what I gather, it starts like a mimicking of a feeding sound. So think of the hydro wave, right? Yep. Y'all know what that is, right? Yep. So it's something similar off of that type of deal, because here we use splashers. They're specifically designed props on like a trolling motor that just hangs off the back of the boat, and it slaps the water. So it's called a splasher. So it's just going with that trolling motor prop. It's just going splash, splash, splash. It's kind of like a plop. Well, the Thumper is the same idea. It sits in a box. Real Thumper is the brand that we peddle, that we sell and run and promote. So the Real Thumper is advised with a brushless motor, and it just has a little deal that just hits. You've got a rheostat, a little key fob on the Pro Edition, and it literally does the thumping sound for you. Wow. I wish that I had the GoPro and its Power Stick running today, because literally you can like look at the graph and you might see a couple of arches on 2D sonar, and you'll see the fish kind of under you, and you're like, oh, okay, so we'll start a drop and we'll start a drift. Yeah. And so on these drifts, you might drift for an hour, and it's just real slow. It's whatever the wind's blowing you, or you have a drift sock. So you're drifting really slow, and you're literally dead. The dead sticking idea is you've got a fluke in the water. I mean, like a tandem set up on a flukes, 5-inch flukes. So they're like 18 to 24 inches. You drop to bottom, you reel up a couple of cranks, and you just sit there with a dead stick. That's dead stick.
You're ice fishing in open water. This is exactly.
Yeah,
we get it.
Yeah.
So it's the same principle, because the fish are cold, they're lethargic, they're not chasing a meal, right? They want to just eat. So they just see this fluke passing by, and they just jump up there and snag it. And they literally hit these big 10-pound striper hitting like a crappie thump. That's how light they're hitting. They just come up and that's it. I mean, you can't feel it. And so, we do all this, but as soon, I swear, your screen can almost be blank at times. You don't see any fish on the graph. You're like sitting there going, man, where are they at? You turn that Thumper on, and it starts that. And they just like, I've seen a graph completely get stacked with anywhere from between 10 foot of water to 30, 40 foot of solid with fish. And the arches are just stacked on top of each other. It looks like not a bait ball. You can tell a bait ball. You can see
it's like a whole bunch of walleye coming through.
Yeah.
It is.
When it's
So like we get on these drifts, and we want to get these fish under the boat, because you're dropping right down to them. You're not casting to them, right?
Yep.
So we get on these drifts, and we turn the Thumpers on as soon as we pull up and decide that's where we're going to start. And we go over a point or an underwater, hump or whatever. And that, man, I'm telling y'all, it works. It works for us down here. They're exceptional. And we went with a company called Real Thumper because of the longevity and the brushless motors and all this cool stuff. So anyway, essentially a Thumper just makes a whole bunch of thud noises, and
so it's like
it does it for you.
So it's like when you're elk hunting or maybe if you're moose hunting and you go get a big stick and you start slapping a tree and it sounds like, hey, maybe someone's getting a little frisky and it's gonna bring in whatever it is that you're looking for.
Hey
It's like
man, maybe.
like you get your own hunting partner.
Yep.
But you don't even need the other guy anymore. You just have a box that does it with you with a freaking remote.
I love that.
Dude,
yeah, and
that's
it literally.
cool.
The other cool thing is it's in a small enough box it'll fit in like a kayak compartment. So all the kayakers can also take off and use the real thumper and go striper fishing. Doesn't have to be in a boat.
Jeff,
it's a nice compact little box.
Jeff, I have an idea.
What's your idea, Paul?
We are kayak fishermen. We fish 99.9% out of I'll say this, all of our fishing is either done on the ice, wet wading, or in a kayak. That's like 90%, or in just garbage. One of those 4 scenarios is where we will find ourselves. And 75% of the time though we're in the kayak. So I would love. I've seen this done a couple of times. I don't think I've seen many people. I've not seen enough video of people striper fishing out of a kayak, and I feel like I need to do that. Real.
I think you got something there,
dude. I just want to do it for me, and maybe I'll film it while I'm out there.
Maybe for them, but mostly for us.
Oh man, that is cool.
It'd be a blast.
So there's another guy. One of our he designed our bags. He's a college kid that I found him on Instagram just one day and we started talking. And so he's super awesome guy. He's really he's going to college for renewable ocean resources. So he wants to make a machine that takes wave energy and turns it into electricity. Like in layman's terms, that's what he's going to college for. And he's up in Rhode Island. And his name's Isaac Scarborough Fishing. Y'all got to check him out. So he makes like 20 and 30-minute long fishing shows on his channel. And he kayaks like all the time. And I'm telling you, he's got videos of like, I think a 20-something pound striper or something on one of our Slik nasties. Like, I mean, you're like trying to see him pull this big northeast striper in, and it's hilarious, man. But he did that. Wow. He's got like a huge speckled trout on video and a huge red drum, like bull red, all up there in Rhode Island out of a kayak and stuff. And so he's a neat one to watch. He videos all that too. So he's a fun guy to watch.
Now you're just giving me more stuff to do. I don't like that. I just want fun.
Come on, man. Hey. Come down here and I will put you to work. Even I always give people stuff to do.
You're asking the wrong person, because that's like my favorite thing to do. Unfortunately, is like do work. So I like that a lot. I think the Thumper Box is a genius idea. And I feel like I've definitely seen videos of people like churning water and stuff, but that just seems like a lot of work that you probably don't have to do.
It's a lot of work.
Just go ahead and grab that box. That's kind of rad.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's cool. So what's rad about it is it works so well.
That's the thing. That helps.
Yeah.
Where's that? What? 88? 88 viewers. You guys know what to do. Get us to 100. You're awesome. Get there.
If you guys want some of my tackle, I mean, I'll send it to you. You just need to find 12 friends and tell them to.
Hey, y'all get 100 people in here. We'll throw in some slick baits too.
Ooh, you guys just got challenged. So get your mom and cousin on here.
Dude,
yeah. Go get your other phone. Even.
That's what. Yeah. Go get your side piece and tell her to log in.
Log into your other account. Like whatever you gotta do, man. Come on, y'all.
We're gonna give you guys enough. We're gonna give you guys enough time. I don't want to take. We got a lot going on, but I want to ask this last question because this is what I always like to. Actually, there's 2 questions. One, I have to ask. I always ask about the name of the company. Where did the name Slik Bait Co. come? This is like my favorite thing to ask. Where did Slik Bait Co. How did that become?
Okay, so I had to think of a name for a long time, and it wasn't going to be like Jonathan's Bait Company. I'm just, you gotta have something that flows. What is like the most iconic, simplest name of a bait company that's been around since the 60s?
Am I supposed to know? Simple and short, sweet. 4 letters.
4 letters. Now we're gonna look dumb on our own podcast. Oh no!
This is not. You're fired.
No, you can't come back now.
Why did they have this guy online?
Okay, all right. What is it? Just tell me, because I'm gonna get it wrong.
Hell,
Let's see if anybody in the chat's gonna name this.
Zoom. Oh my god.
God dang it.
Red and yellow.
You guys are way smarter than us.
Zoom.
First of all, I want to go with Greg Whitaker's answer, which is Z-Mam, because he typed in episode. First of all, can there be an offshoot company called Z-Mam?
I'm ready to make our next T-shirt. It's Z-Man.
Put it on the board. I'll invest in this.
It's gonna be like a very light pink.
I'm a backer. Okay, so somebody said it. Zoom.
Zoom.
So when I decided to do this, we live in a world that everybody puts everything on their phones, right? So I thought, I want something easy, I want something sweet, I want this and that. And man, I looked up every single, like, you know how you like say, I don't know what y'all call a big fish or a big bass, but like a donkey, a slaunch, a hog, this. So I looked up all these fishing terms, all this slang that I could find, and I was gonna say, well, I'm gonna base this company off of something like that, right? And then I was thinking about it, and I said, no, all that stuff's too long. It's too hard to remember. It's not easy to
donkey sauce doesn't always, roll off the tongue.
You mean the donkey juice? Is that what you mean to say?
Yeah, so that was something that kind of came to my mind. And so my oldest son, he's 18, and at the time, what was he? Anyway, we're out here. We started on a 4-foot table, guys. We started on like a homemade workbench in the corner of my garage and like 3 molds and like nothing. And you're playing around. You're just doing it for fun. You're making your own stuff. And needless to say, we're doing this one night, and I wish it was a way cooler story, but bless you. I looked at him, and we did like not a color changing color, but we did something that was just really different and cool at the time. And we thought, man, and I opened this mold up, and I'm like, oh man, that is just slick. That is just
really
awesome.
Slick.
And we kind of looked at each other, and we were like,
did we do it?
It was kind of like a light bulb, but then you're like, damn, that could work. That was easy. That was super easy. And so we kind of got stuck with it, I guess. And I wanted to spell it differently, which has been kind of a pain, I'll be honest, because a lot of people think it says silk sometimes.
I got you.
I did. I thought that.
Oh, really?
So we did a
radio commercial that said silk.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we had a commercial for a tackle show last year. They said silk baits, and it's like, it was a real cool. But then the other thing that we've had problems with is because I did have to spell it all crazy, or took a letter out, whatever.
Yep.
We always, in fact, we own the domain on it too, SLICK. Everybody wants to spell it slick, but so for a long time, that's what it was, just slick, man. That's slick, that's cool. It's kind of an old thing to say, I guess, but
that's perfect. I love it.
We say it.
Dude, I have thought constantly for no reason at all. This is like what you do when you're taking an extra 5 minutes in the shower, right? Like, I'm like, oh, just like think of something totally stupid and random. And I've like randomly been like, dude, if I had a company for anything, I would never be able to name it, because it would never be cool ever. I'd be like, oh, cool. So, be like, that's real dumb.
So like I'll side with you guys on this. Like, I've named several companies, and like the gym I had in Grand Rapids was Friction CrossFit, and like the reason we came up with Friction was similar to what you just did, where you're like, oh, what the thesaurus of large bass. Like, I just went thesaurus of physics terms, and we ended up with Friction. And at the time, we're like, this is dumb, who cares? But then like you build the legacy behind it. So like everything that you guys have done since has made that awesome. Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It could be donkey juice.
It's kind of funny though, because
you can make it awesome.
Gregory Whitaker is like Paul_J_Glass Baits, and now I want to come up with a company that's called _Baits, because
Baits
would actually be kind of awesome.
And every bait has a strange underscore name, like how we named Chaz, which is CO_CH_OZ.
Yeah, dang. Oh, dude. Official Burly Man says flesh tone baits.
Flesh toned only. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's
This
got
man
me
has a
right in
mustache,
the.
but you guys can't see it.
Got me right in an artery.
And they're all translucent, but they have like just veins running through them, so you get like a little blue line.
Doesn't matter how good of a camera I have, you can't actually tell I have a mustache unless you're within 3 feet of me. So that's just a rule.
Paul has full facial hair for him.
Yeah,
like,
you just can't tell.
Yeah.
And I don't care. But I love it. It's a good name.
It doesn't hurt me at all.
It's a really, really good. It's a really good name. All right. So the last question I'm gonna ask is what's in the works, like that you can reveal.
Ooh.
What type of things are we
reveal your
coming down the pike?
secrets.
And you can be 10,000 foot, like we're making a
Vague.
bait, or you can be like we're not making a bait. You know, you can do that, or you can be like I'm making a California craw in poop water brown, and that's what we're making. You can do tell me whatever you want.
So I gave in a little bit of the other
Color
changing plastic that I'm wanting to finish up and get ready for market. But so right now I work anywhere from 12 to 18 hours out here in the shop every day. Like I could work out here 7 days a week trying to keep it off. One of the biggest things that we're trying to do is scale more, and that'll be done through automated injection. So we're really trying to step up our game and go to running 10, 20,000 baits a day or whatever to provide enough products for our customers. That being said, we're looking at anything from like MONSTERBASS with subscription offers, and getting into boxes, talking with some of our closest customers and getting in with like their favorite tackle stores. So if you don't know a tackle store, go tell them, give us a call. We're working on a
MONSTERBASS.
Yeah.
I know a guy. We'll talk after the show.
We know people.
Yeah. Well, hey, I got friends in other places too. No. But we're looking to scale more. But the thing that I'm the most excited about that being is there's a lot of ideas rolling around in this big hairy head of mine, and I want to put them in aluminum and bring the masses like stuff that proprietary, profiles and baits that I want to do and that we've thought of and we've discussed. And once we do that and we take that next step, that's what we've been waiting on for the investments and all that good stuff. Cool stuff. I've got a really cool idea for a curly tail. I think that's going to be phenomenal, and we've got the design drawn up and started and all that good stuff. But very expensive to go there and come up with these ideas for a small business, right? So some of those things are very, very exciting. So what I always tell everybody is we add something new, like I don't know, weekly sometimes. We have new profiles. We have these cool, crazy colors that I'm out here like a mad scientist trying to think up and get done. So always check and see what we're doing. The biggest way to do that is like Slik Nation on Facebook or Slik Baits Facebook page, that too. But Slik Nation is a cool deal. We take polls and do all that and release some new details. But I am like constantly, I guess you could say it's evolving in the industry. I want to always have something fresh and new. So for this next year, the newest things is always check back and see what we've thought up. Or, if we've got some new car freshies to throw in your truck, or I
was about to ask when's the next hat come out, because I've seen like 4 different hats, and now we've already seen baby clothes. So I need to know like when does the dog? Are we getting a dog sweater? What's coming up next?
So the next thing is we've been asked for. Or one thing, she wants to do socks, slick socks.
We know a guy that you can partner with. Then you don't even have to make them. I know, dude. I'm writing down. Look at all these names. I'm just writing.
Look at we're connectors.
God dang it!
I can't really see it. Hang on.
What is that?
So they're like bucket hats, but they're not.
Ooh.
So there's some bucket. Whoop. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's some bucket hats, but so we're always Check out the white hats.
Oh yeah, those are slick.
I would go ahead and eat spaghetti in those immediately.
See how easy that rolls off your tongue?
It really does.
It's slick.
But yeah, so we're always looking. I want to come out with a full line of apparel. I got lots of ideas. It's just doing them.
You got too many good ideas. That's like your biggest it's like your second biggest problem. But you have like
just
the
gotta
best
implement
problem.
a few, man.
I have like too many cool ideas and they're all good, but then I also have this other problem where too many people want to buy my stuff and I just can't make enough stuff.
So
you have
hard.
you have the best problems, man. This is good. I love it.
But yeah,
Great.
we're always wanting to bring y'all cool stuff. You know, like I like to see cool new stuff, and I know y'all do too. So I don't have really a anything.
No, you've answered the question. You don't want
to
to give any more away because then you're gonna one of your cool ideas is gonna get out too soon. So I think you're
hinted
like,
super hard, and the people are in. They're biting. They're good.
Everyone's asking about silk baits.
I love it. Silk baits is my favorite.
All right, so
what's up, Chaz?
Okay.
94. You've been running too long.
Wait, a what? A who? We're on a TV in a liquor store in Oklahoma? How did this happen?
That counts.
God. I gotta.
There we go.
All right, if you're currently shopping at this liquor store, I have a recommendation for you. Hear me out. If you combine Screwball peanut butter whiskey with cream soda, it's possibly my favorite beverage of all time. And if you're in doubt, go ahead and just grab Tito's and cream soda too, because that is my backup. It's refreshing yet delicious. Yes.
So I had a customer bring this to me as a thank you at the tackle show in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And I will recommend Basil Hayden.
Yep.
Very good.
It's good stuff.
Good stuff if you're walking around the liquor store. Man, this liquor store is gonna love us.
I was about to say that. Oh my God! We just sold 6
I
bottles.
require the name of this liquor store.
I just sold a whole case of Basil Hayden.
And then, oddly enough, 14 cans of cream soda.
And Tito's and Screwball peanut butter whiskey. Everybody thought it was a novelty. They were wrong.
Well,
yes, it's actually half syrup, but delicious.
Jifan Kim, who we know has phenomenal taste, at a minimum debates, but it seems like other things. I've watched him. I've seen the way that he drinks dark liquor, and I will say this: he just said Basil Hayden is my number 1 with 3 exclamation points.
Ooh,
that is
okay.
That is a glowing endorsement if I've ever seen one from a guy who I will say has phenomenal taste in things.
And we just did 102. There you go, Paul. Sacrifice your USPS membership, my friend. Let's go.
I have a membership. I think this is how you get a bigger one.
I think you're supposed to.
Hold on
a minute. With all the shipments we made in December, I feel like we should have.
Yeah, we should get a rebate. Run the giveaway, run the slow rolling. I'm gonna fill up a box right now.
Hey, so all right, you guys, and make sure you mute your microphone, or else we're all gonna hear you breathing like me last week or whatever. Everybody's gonna wonder if Paul's okay. All right, you guys. So we're gonna run our giveaways / lightning round now. So as we start the lightning round, if you guys have been here before, you know the drill. If not, welcome. And all you got to do is type something into the chat window. Anything you want, as long as it's nice, or if it says chat, that's totally fine too. You can give kudos to Slick Baco. You can drop us a super chat. That would be fantastic. But ultimately, you just have to type something, and then you are entered to win automatically. We're going to do a random draw at the end of the lightning round as we ask our final question. Look at this. He's throwing in some whales there. You got some 6 cents baits. It's going to be great. And, we're going to ask a few fun off-topic questions to Jonathan Ashley here and the fam, and we're going to see what they think about them. There are no wrong answers, although there are less right answers, which is true, and you got to keep that in mind. Also, I see Carol Ferg snuck in there with a little woot from the Burly Bunch Elite. Thank you, Carol. How you doing? So we're going to ask these questions here in a second, and like I said, you just got to type in something in the chat window to qualify when we draw. In order to win, you will have to follow the instructions on the screen. Chaz, they're on the screen, correct? Chaz says yes. He is nodding yes in all of his ultimate wisdom. So all you have to do is follow those instructions, and then you can win. You do have to, after we call your name, say, hi, I'm a real person, so that we can wait for you. And we'll give you about 2 minutes after that point to follow the instructions. Once we confirm you've won, we'll end the show, and it's a blast. All right. So let's get into this lightning round because I don't know how long this is going to take Paul here to wrap. Look at him go. It's just like he has these bins. So we do this thing. I'll say this. I'll hold off for him for the lightning round. Here's what we do, you guys. We get a bunch of baits all the time from all sorts of different companies, and sometimes from you guys because you're awesome and you send us stuff. And if you want to send us stuff, just DM us on Instagram and we'll give you an address and you can ship it on over. But we make bins. Paul and I both do this where we have big tubs and we just fill it up with baits. We're like, that's a giveaway. That's a giveaway. And we usually get like 2 or 3 Monster Bass bags or boxes per month because we like test out their baits for them and everything. So we usually dump 2 of those immediately into the giveaway.
Yep, every time.
And we keep one that we can actually fish. So yeah, it looks like you had something prepped and ready to go. That's pretty quick.
Not bad.
What do you got?
This thing is stacked. So we've got.
You want to demo it?
I think 50% of this is like 6 cents. I don't know why that happened, but it's all really good. So I don't know if you guys have ever used one of these, but this is the 6 cents flush. This is a phenomenal bait. It looks really big until you start using it, and then you realize it's just really long. This is a really cool bait.
It's a 5.5, 6-inch fluke.
Then I give you the actual big version, so you get the 4.5-inch whale. So this thing is like the jumbo version of that with the paddle tail. We're gonna hit you up with the Monster Bass. This is the Seeker. I think this is the mid, so the 4 to 6. So you can actually use that one pretty soon if you get up in water. This was just in the Monster Bass box recently. The Sherbert spinner bait. We got a secret bait. I think only one other person got one of those. I'm not allowed to show you that, but
you gave one away. Oh man. Swank 77X.
But this color is
the L-shaped lip.
Kind of silly. Another spinner bait. This was also in the Monster Bass box recently. Little pre-ridden edge for you. And then we've got some. Which ones are these? I can never remember. This is the Stroker Craw 3-3, and then some flipping hooks.
Ooh, all right. So we got a mega bag there for you guys. Now here's the deal. The prize is going to be one singular grand prize. And we're going to keep it simple from now on. So every show that you guys help us get over 100 viewers, we do this where you'll have a bag of baits that we'll ship out to you, as well as a $25 gift card to monsterbass.com. This is a show sponsored by Monster Bass, and maybe, perhaps, perchance, one day in the near future, you'll see Slik Bait Co. in the Monster Bass box. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. Just, I'm going to put it out there, right? Like, we're
going to do it.
We're going to make it happen. But at any rate, you guys get a $25 gift card to monsterbass.com, as well as these baits, which Paul will ship out to you with a Ned Rig Nerds sticker on top. The cream on top. There you go.
I'm going to put it in now before I forget, because I already forgot.
You better not forget it, because now you make us liars. All right, so let's get to this lightning round. So these are off-topic questions. They are not necessarily fishing related, but they are hyper important, and there are right answers and not so right answers. So let's get into it. How many hours of sleep is the right amount of sleep? And this is a very important question just for general health. Now, I've heard Jonathan say he works 12 to 18 hours, 7 days a week. So I'm curious to know how much sleep is enough sleep for you guys?
8 hours.
She's like 9 or 10.
No, I need 8 at least.
She needs a lot.
8's the min.
She's gotta have her beauty sleep.
Oh my God.
Me not so much. That's why I'm so ugly, I guess. But I get like 4 to 6 hours a day. Oh
my guy.
I'm just saying.
8, 6.
I say 8.
6 to 8.
It's high.
Dude, that's
6 to 8.
My wife's in the 8+ range. I'm in the 4 to 5, sometimes 6 range. It's not what I want, but like I operate there.
It's what you get. It's how you operate. Yeah. I am precisely 7.5 hours. Precisely.
Chaz doesn't sleep at all. On the -4 hours. He actually stays awake for so long that his world spins backwards.
Wizards don't sleep. So I'm just saying, you use magic to
We call him the Wizard of Chaz. His name is Chad. We started calling him Chaz because he's a wizard. So you get it now.
You get it.
He's the Wizard of Chaz.
And it is all caps CH_OZ. That is how you spell Chaz. Just so you know.
See, we come up with cool stuff.
We do things.
Flesh tone baits and
no. The underscore baits. Yeah, somebody did call out earlier, and we never called it out in the show, but the terror toad. What is the color? Copperhead Road, I think we got. Like,
That was the one.
Remember, Paul? Yeah.
That one.
The Terror Toad, a lot of people were like on our video, like Terror Toad. It's
That's
such
a great
sick name.
You're right. You know, I think I even said that when we were doing the unboxing. I was like, dude, Terror Toad. And I think I said whoever's naming these is like, they live on the street for sure.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I love it.
That's
all right.
genius.
So next question. This is very important. This is how we tell friends from enemies.
Yeah.
So the question is fishing footwear. When you're out fishing, bank or boat, unless it's different, what is like the go-to footwear? He's getting it off right now. You got it off quickly.
It's bloody Hey Dudes from cleaning fish and sticking a ton of fish today.
That
bloody Hey Dudes, man.
That's the only acceptable.
That is a new answer, and it is the only acceptable alternative to Crocs because I love me some Hey Dudes. They are stupid comfortable. I'm with you.
I'm in shorts and Hey Dudes right now. I don't care what time of year it is.
Yes.
I walk my dog in the dead of winter in Crocs.
Yeah, these are brand new. These are brand new. Like literally, she got them for Christmas for me.
Whoa.
Wow. So
just as long as you guys have been in business. Just kidding.
Yeah, that actually matches my Hey Dudes because Paul dragged me across streets of Orlando by my toes, and my Hey Dudes are trashed. So I know the feeling.
I got another new pair in the house that are like
Nice.
they're water resistant. I've never seen a pair that was made out of different material. So she found some that were really, really cool, like water resistant, but
nice.
Brand new. I want to keep them nice and pretty.
I like that.
What about Ashley? What are Ashley's shoes?
Yeah.
Flip flops.
Tennis shoes.
You wear more flip flops.
For fishing? Oh, flip flops if it's hot.
So flip flops right now has been like, it's become an acceptable answer. I don't love it as much as Crocs, but it's become like a good answer, like that I'm allowing. And I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm allowing it. So it's still good. Hey, it's 50%
We're
my show.
gatekeeping
I can allow. Yeah, we absolutely are gatekeeping footwear. Someone came and answered Jordans, and it's somebody who I know can outfish me, so I'm still really mad about it. But I've told him no, it's not a good enough.
Like,
but that's what he wears, even at the bank. And I'm like, I don't know how you're doing this right now.
You can't come back. All right. Next question. Equally polarizing, and Paul and I are currently at war with this question.
I'm down 2. So, right? That's what we came up with. I'm down 2 right now. Okay. All right.
Is he's down 2? Well, I'm scared because I'm currently seeing the state of Jonathan's shirt. So here's the question. When you wear like your sun shirt, right? So like
your
the
protect shirt, like your UP,
sun,
like that one.
Exactly. Are you preferential to a hood or no hood?
Hood.
Yes, I'm still winning. On top. Undefeated, nerd. I didn't see the hood. The hood was tucked in. I thought for sure you had a no hood shirt, and I was like, I'm doomed.
What is with these people? I don't understand.
They're great people.
Charles, we never had a chance. At least I had a shot, okay? This is brutal. I lose 2 in one show. That's not happened before. I don't like it.
I love it. Yeah.
So buff or no buff?
No.
Buff or no buff?
No.
I'm gonna say I
have one in my
recently haven't worn it much. Give me the squid fix. Come on, dang it, I'm all blurry. Anyways, so yeah, I would say I like it. During the summer I wear it. I'll say during the summer I wear it a lot. Is it 100% of the time? Definitely not. And currently the winter buff is the move. So Paul and I both wear those.
Oh, not buff.
It's the little neck thing.
Gator.
They're the same. They're the same.
Gator. He's got it. He's back. Oh no, they're both back. Well, he's back, but so is Jeff. Jeff's face is back. I would say, me personally, I wear the buff like I will say 10% of the time. That's it. And I don't ever wear a hood. Jeff, you ever see me wear a hood like in the summertime?
No.
I've also thrown it from
in the winter
3 times in 1 year.
In the winter, Paul will wear several hoods, and he is the most angry person I've ever seen on the planet.
It's more of an ornery. All right, last question. Last question before we go ahead and pull the ripcord on the giveaway. I love this question. It's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
If you could go pro in something that was not fishing, what would you go pro in? And it could be anything. It doesn't have to be something you're good at. You don't even have to like it.
It just can't be fishing.
Oh, but it can't be fishing.
You could be a pro trombone player. Like whatever you want.
A weird thing to say.
Mine's easy. Baseball.
Oh,
Baseball.
see?
All right.
like it.
I dig it.
Wait, what team are we playing for though?
Come on, lady.
I'm thinking. Swimming?
Yeah, she swam.
Oh, are we
Swimming,
talking?
okay.
Are we talking like Olympic or just like trying to get on the cover of Wheaties box?
Let's say Olympic. Yeah.
Yeah, good answer.
Nice.
I like that we've all picked. I think most of us has picked sports. Although the first time I took an answer, I took woodworking, and I'm still thinking that's a pretty good answer. I love to build stuff, and if I could like build stuff for a living, like I would, I'm still would not be mad at it.
You know, I kind of feel like we're on like one of those couples shows where they ask the couple and I'm just joking. That threw them for a loop.
We should
They're
do an
"What?"
episode like that,
not at
Paul.
all. I actually really like it. I designed the show, so you're welcome.
Yeah. What is your favorite pastime?
Oh, you're supposed to answer for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got it.
We're doing
You
this
walked
live on the show.
walked into this trap all on your own, my friend.
Surprise! 10 bonus questions. Let's go.
If you get any wrong, the rest of the night's not going to go very well.
Ooh.
How many of these questions are there?
I could run them all day. It's Microsoft Word. I could keep going. All right, should we run the giveaway? Can we run the
I
giveaway?
think we should run the giveaway. Let's
Chaz,
do that.
Run the giveaway.
Chaz, who wins? The silk baits.
Did you already tell them what to do,
The
Jeff? Do they know what to do?
It's on the screen.
Yeah, I
The
told 'em.
winner is I Don't Stunt.
I don't stunt.
I don't
This guy's
stunt.
been on the show a few times recently.
Absolutely.
I don't stunt. You have won. You have to say that you exist in chat now.
He gets 2 minutes. I don't stunt. Go ahead and look at your screen. Follow the instructions on the screen. While we're waiting for you to acknowledge, there's a delay. There's like a 15-second delay, so he's still
There is.
figuring it out. Once that comes through, or while we're waiting for that to come through, I have one more question. This one, another one of my
But
favorites.
before you ask that, real quick,
Oh.
I don't stunt. When you say hi, I exist. Oh, look, he said yayo. My question is, if you were to stunt, what would be your stunt?
But he doesn't. So it doesn't.
I don't care.
You have
If
to
were
answer that
stunt,
first before
Yeah.
I can.
You have to
allow you to
answer,
win.
then follow the instructions on the screen. All right.
All right. So
anyways.
while we're waiting, last question. What app on your phone gets the most use that is not work related, that is not social media related, and that is not music related? No music,
So
no phone,
no
or
apps.
no music, no work, and no
So
social
no
media.
work.
What app gets the
Pictures.
most?
My pictures app. I love to
Good
take pictures
answer.
of fishing, the kids, everything we do. I'm a a virtual storyteller or visual storyteller. There we go.
Mhm.
That's why I wanted to do the flip book. He wanted like the super fast, like.
Well, there's a thing in your phone.
I
that
know.
tells you what you
I
use.
stumbled across it, and that's actually how this answer came up because I found out what my answer was, and I was like, "Duh."
Yep. I love
So
it.
what is it?
Recently, mine would be the Kindle.
Oh, okay.
Yes, someone
Okay.
finally said it, dude. That's mine, and it's actually, I think it's like my second most used app.
Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone calls me a lunatic for reading on my phone. I
Bunch
call
of
them
read-
lunatics because
reading
I'm like, you
nerds.
mean I have all my books with me all the time?
Bunch of
Like-
learned fools.
I probably. All right. so we're
What is
good.
I don't stunt? I want to know. Where is it?
Oh,
Oh, you guys. All right. So I like that answer. You guys are going to see what I believe is a pretty cool video once Paul pulls the footage. But it was when we were rigging live shiners. And you
Oh,
were just
yeah.
like flipping
That's a
them out of
pretty
the
good
bucket
stunt.
and just like,
yeah, that was a pretty good stunt.
just like a no look,
Oh,
flip
we're
them out with the
pulling
ladle and
big
catch
golden
them.
shiners out, and so I was
Yeah.
using my ice scoop and just like flipped one right out of the bucket and just like.
I wasn't ready for it. I didn't expect that was the only way Paul could get fish out of the bucket. Like he can't do it any other way. So when he did it, I was like, "Oh, that was neat." And then I was like, "Let me film that. Let's do that in slow mo because it's
What
sweet."
we do.
All right. So yeah, I don't stunt. Follow the instructions. Chaz, you want to give us thumbs up once we maybe get confirmation on said winner? Do we have anything, or we're waiting? Well, he did. He or they.
Oh god.
Fantastic. Do the thing. Give us your info so we can ship this bag of tackle to y'all. And wait, was there Slick Bacos on the line? Did we say something about that earlier?
I actually have some here, and I'm actually gonna, unless you guys really want to ship something, I have some here. I could pick some out of the box. That
Up
is
to you
here,
guys. You mentioned it.
and
I
can hook
totally
them up.
forgot
So you
about
guys-
it when we
you guys
ran
can,
this.
You guys can pick.
Tell them we'll do something cool. We need their
All right.
information.
We
All
got
right,
you.
deal.
We'll look it
So
up.
for further reason to give us your info, I don't stunt.
Yeah, so why don't you do the stunt where you send us your address? That'd be great.
Favorite stunt where you send us everything so that we can ship you stuff. All right. All right, you guys. It has been another fantastic evening hanging out with my favorite nerds in the world. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Jonathan, Ashley, thank you so much for your time. You guys are awesome. And again, kudos for the contributions that you guys do around the nation, helping out those kids. I freaking love it. That's something behind our own hearts right here on this show. Again, just want to thank you guys for being awesome and all the awesome things you do. Where should people be looking for you? Give us all the deets. Shameless plugs right now. Anything you want to plug, go for it.
Tomorrow night on the auction, come see us again live. 7 o'clock Central or 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. Facebook, Slik Nation. We got a huge group over there started. Or say a huge group. We've got about almost 2,000 people in there going.
Nice.
A lot of cool stuff. A lot of pictures posted of all the things people are doing with our baits, fish they catch, all that good stuff. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram, of course. Slickbaits.com for any orders, even though the website we do know is tough to navigate through. We're working on that. But yeah, we're like I'm a guy with many hats, even though I wear like the same color every day. But you know, it's one of those deals where I'm shooting baits, I'm answering people this, and this, and I also kind of like pretty much maintain the website, so it gets neglected pretty bad. But yeah, go find us anywhere in social media, and then if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, call me, text me, send a pigeon with a note on its foot. And
Nice.
tell me you're coming by the shop, and I'm here. Come see me.
I love it.
Like,
all right, you guys. Yeah, you guys heard it. It's SLIK, not SILK, which is the mistake that I made as well. First time I posted about your boats. like I put the Autism angler baits up, or the Autism baits up, and I typed out Silk Bait Coast, and I was like, why can't I tag these guys? I don't get it. And then Burly Hype Man just like messaged me. He was like, hey, you can't read. And you guys in chat already know that. You know I can't read. I called Tom Allred, who's like one of our awesome viewers, Tom Alfred, for like 7 episodes. Like 7 episodes.
I did that too. So there was one guy, his last name is Timm. And for some reason it got in my head that his last name was Trim.
They still call him that.
I was like, hey, what's up, Mr. Trim?
Let's go ahead and change your name, bro. I'm gonna need that.
And every time he was like, is he talking to me? Like, I don't get it. Well, I mean, if he's anything like Tom Allred was like, I'm gonna officially just change my name to Tom Alfred. So I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, it could happen. All right, you guys, guess what? Next week is episode 100. It's episode 100. This was the official 99. I mistyped it last week. I already apologized for that. So last week was episode 98. That means next week's 100. We're gonna do something special. I don't know what it is. Do you know, Paul?
Yeah, I already thought of it.
No, you didn't. Cool. We're gonna figure something out. It might just be us, but I will say on that episode, because next week we're gonna be dropping the Ned Rig Nerd shirts and stickers, that we'll be promoting those on the show as well. We might auction something. We might do a giveaway. I don't know. Figure we might just like write our favorite people in the world and be like, hey, do you want to be on this show? I don't know. There might be very possibly special guests. Okay, no guarantees. It could be all fireworks and fantastic stuff, and it could be super boring. So let's find out.
It's going to be a ton of fun. We have some cool guests coming up, including everyone on here's favorite, the online outdoorsman. We booked him for a couple weeks out, so
yep.
Stay tuned.
So Ethan will be back. But again, thank you to Jonathan and Ashley. Thank you to Slik Bait Co. and all the stuff that they do. And thank you to you guys for hanging out with us. You are fantastic as always. Such great honored guests with us that are well-behaved this week. You guys are awesome. Love you. All right. So next week, episode 100, be there, be square. There's going to be cool stuff or not. It's a mystery for me, my guys. So let's do this. Chaz, take us out of here.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where sun go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. all you can do is play the game. Oh, do